Let's start with a little bit of a warm up. Today's our last class of the month, so perhaps we'll have some of our minimalist people here tonight. So I invite you to close your eyes for this workout of our minds. We all go to the gym. No, not all of us. Go to the gym and work out our bodies or do something like that. Spiritual workout is where we work out our minds. Spiritual workout is where we take the perspective of our soul, of the being part of the human being that we are. And we look at the issues and challenges and circumstances of our life from that perspective, utilizing a collection of 15 universally spiritual concepts that form a lens through which we look at any of these things. That lens, those concepts that we put into practice every minute of every hour of every day in spiritual workout world, are what help us to maintain the perspective of our soul, of that being part of the human being we are, of our higher selves, of spirit. We have so many different words that we can use. So the other thing that we really do here in spiritual workout world is to anchor into the nitty gritty of our everyday lives this perspective via these concepts, utilizing this lens so that we begin to move through life as a conscious, aware human being. We are conscious of what we're thinking because we know that the more we think a thing, it turns into a belief, and then that belief or those beliefs create circumstances. Life doesn't work out for me. Nobody likes me. I'm not good enough. We know as conscious humans that those beliefs are creating our reality. And all we have to do is change them. And we can. So a conscious person will not only be aware of what he or she or they are thinking, but then we'll take the next step to discern and decide, am I thinking things that are in alignment with where I want to go? Can I get to where I want to go to have a joyful, easy, peaceful, happy life and believe that life doesn't work out for me and believe that I'm not good enough? The answer is no. So what do? Give up our desire for joyful, happy, peaceful life, or change our beliefs about why maybe we can't have that? That's an example of what a conscious person might do. A conscious person can sit and watch the news, as it were, and decide not to get sucked in to any level of disharmony. A conscious person can practice and exercise the concept of simple acceptance, being present, accepting everything as it is without judgment. It takes a conscious person to be able to watch the news and not explode, because the conscious person has the skill to not judge and to accept, and to then perhaps take another step and say, wow, I'm watching something that I don't particularly like, but I know as a conscious person that the law of attraction is always on. I know if I get snarled up in this conversation with my brother-in-law about this thing that I think really sucks, I know that that's a trap as a conscious person. So I know the law of attraction is always on. I know that I can invest my very precious time and energy in something that's far more productive. I can use what I'm seeing in the news as a springboard into a direction of something I would rather experience. Maybe I'll be part of creating something new. Maybe I'll be part of creating peace instead of war. Maybe I'll be part of creating anti-poverty. But I wouldn't even call it anti-poverty, because that's just giving more energy to the whole concept of poverty. And it has fighting in it. I'm anti something, I'm resisting something. So a conscious person would go to the anti-poverty meeting and see if they can't get people to talk in terms of financial security. They're all wanting to do the same thing, they're just coming at it from a different point of view. A conscious person doesn't get into a conflict with somebody at work and then go on and on and on about how terrible that person is, and blaming the person or blaming the other boss or blaming the company for what's happening. The conscious person says, wow, I'm responsible for my life experience, and I've attracted to myself somehow, wittingly or otherwise, somebody whose presence I find difficult. But the conscious person doesn't stop there. The conscious person says, there's a reason for that. Let me go into my own laboratory. Let me see why 3 days after this experience, I'm still struggling to let it go. But let me do so without blaming the other person. Let me take responsibility for what that is. Let me go into my own laboratory and see what perhaps is that person doing that I do too, that I'm maybe not so aware of. Now, of course, I could go on and on and on, and part of me kind of wants to because it's fun. But here in spiritual workout world, this is what we're doing. We are learning how to be human beings in the bodies we have right now, living the lives we are living right now, and on purpose, changing our consciousness from the one we were born into a brand new one that we together are birthing. So I invite you to take a nice deep breath. Hold on to any of that makes sense. Let go of any that doesn't. Come on back whenever you're ready. Let's work out some stuff.